Hey guys, Pete here from 10 Spot Tools. Today we're just making one long video that showcases all of the different options we have available for the M18 Pro Press. In this case, I believe it's actually 7 different options for storing the press, as well as the jaws that go with it, in either the toolbox, a combination of the toolbox and the organizer box, or the pack-out drawers. So this is the first one. This is the MPP18 TB. So in here we obviously have the tool, we have the 2 batteries that come with the kit, we have all of our smaller jaws here, we have our 2-inch and 1.5-inch jaws in here, and then over here we have our 4, 3, and 2.5-inch jaws. Everything's very easy to take out. I don't really love making inserts where you have to like dig to get to things, but if you want to put all this stuff in one box, certain sacrifices are gonna have to be made. Speaking of sacrifices, this case when full does weigh 63 pounds. So please, if you intend to buy it, just be aware of that. We have officially nicknamed this one the Tough Guy, because you gotta be a bit of a tough guy just to carry it. When it comes time to move this thing around, I generally ask one of my helpers to do it. All right guys, so this is our second option for the small toolbox. We call this one the MPP18 TB Mini. Okay, it still holds the tool with 2 batteries and jaws up to 2 inches, but this version does not hold the jaws that are bigger than 2 inches. We have this extra spot here which can be used for a charger, or if you don't want to keep the charger in the case, this is a great spot to keep a ton of fittings, and we have a second spot for more fittings right here. There were a couple of different reasons that we wanted to make this version of the case. There are probably a lot of people out there who don't have the jaws that are bigger than 2 inches. So why only offer an insert that holds those bigger jaws? And even for the people that do have the jaws that are bigger than 2 inches, maybe there's a bunch of them that don't really use those every day, right? So you want to carry the press with the smaller jaws with you all the time, but maybe the larger jaws you don't need all the time. So press small jaws in here, and then we have this for the small organizer box, which is going to hold your bigger jaws, and it has 2 separate trays, all right, that holds the 2.5, 3-inch, 4-inch jaws and the actuator. Okay, and this tray sits right on top of this tray in a 5-compartment organizer box. This is really nice, like I said, for the people that don't need the bigger jaws every day but still want to keep them on the truck, but also don't want to have to carry a case that weighs 63 pounds. This one, by the way, weighs 50. This one weighs about 13. So that's the 63 pounds of the original case that holds everything, just now split up into 2 boxes. All right guys, next up we have our first of our drawer options. So the drawer options are all built around this piece. There are basically, I don't know, I guess you could say 3 different options you could go with to hold everything up to 4 jaws, but they all start with this. So if you only need up to the 2-inch jaws, you can get everything right here in a single drawer of a 2-drawer pack out, or the bottom drawer of a multi-depth drawer pack out. All right, so this holds all your jaws. Everything is nice, easy access. So like in the toolbox, some things wind up having to go on top of each other, but in the drawers, there's none of that. Okay, everything is you know, no dig access. You don't have to dig to get to anything. So you have all of our drawers in order here, from 1/2 inch up to 1.5 inches. The 2-inch drawer has to sit at a bit of an angle here because it's too big to stand up in the case. We still have our 2 batteries and the tool itself. Once again, this fits in either drawer on a 2-drawer pack out or the bottom drawer of a multi-depth drawer. So now with the other drawer, and this is in our 2-drawer pack out here, we can fit our larger jaws. So this is the 2.5, the actuator, the 3, the 4, and then that's all there is to the insert. It only takes up really half the width of a 2-drawer, and then you have plenty of room over here. It's more than enough room to hold a charger, or if you want to get some organizer tubs for over here, like the Jonah Pope organizer tubs, and use those for fittings, you could do that over here. So you could still fit a slimline Jonah Pope insert over here in the drawer. You could probably even fit some half-drawer inserts in this as well if you wanted to go with that. But really it's just made for, you know, to hold these and then have extra space for like whatever else. All right guys, so this next one, this can fit in any drawer, okay? So you could still do the same 2-drawer setup, where you have your press in the bottom drawer and this in the top drawer, whatever. But for me, this is a bit of a waste of space to use this insert in a 2 drawer, because it's a very flat insert and the drawer's very deep. So this one was really more designed for people that have the multi-depth drawer pack out, okay? Because on the multi-depth drawer, this will still fit in either of the top drawers. This will still fit in the bottom drawer, and then you have one entire drawer left over for whatever else you want. Now, there are 2 different versions of this insert that will both fit in any drawer. So I'm just gonna lay the other one on top just so you can see the comparison. So like, this one uses very, very little plastic. And this is actually the second version of the design. The first version of the design is right here. Like I said, I'm just gonna lay it on top, okay? It's the same exact thing. The only difference is that the original version used more plastic. And then I was like, well, I don't really know, like if I need these pieces here, let me just cut them out and see if it works. And to me, it worked just fine. Some people don't love the idea of that. I've had some customers that just seem to prefer inserts that use more plastic. So even though I kind of redesigned this to cut down on the plastic, they're both still available. Obviously, this one's going to be a little more expensive because of the longer print time, but you know, whichever one you like better, either one of these will fit in any pack-out drawer, but are really specifically designed to store your entire Pro Press kit in 2 drawers of the multi-depth drawer pack-out. Thanks, guys.